guys got your silver award last year on this thing?
Yeah.
Excellent, very good.
And then we had to dig little holes and stick them in there, and then we made, what were they called? Little circular things. Berm, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And that way, so the water like keeps inside around the plant. So that what keeps it.
And these two pictures here are what they looked like last year when they were like fully grown.
And just make it on a smaller scale. So I designed this and wanted to put benches around because I wanted it to be a place where people could sit and relax and take time out from their normal day-to-day activities and just sit and kind of think about things.
Come bring the top to you a little bit more. Okay, that's perfect.
Oh, now we got soil in there. Brandon, what with you? Just be careful when you pull too much on the...
Okay, hold on.
We got to,
I'm just going to mash this down the bottom.
make it go the other way now?
Yeah, that's fine. We can come back. There you go, look.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Yeah, we can mash out the bottom of the hole as well.
All right, Taylor, we've got big shovels too. All right, the nails are right there. Okay.
We'll show you that later, but yeah,
What are you gonna do with that?
keeping the roof wall just like No, the soil, if you see, the soil is fairly well breaking apart just by us moving it around a little bit. You know, if it's in a pot, then yeah, but not if it's involved in burlap. Dig a hole. Yeah, you dig a hole, and you plant a tree, and you got to scrape around to get it to You know, it's supposed to help the tree form roots into the soil that we're adding as a backfill around it.
He knows.
Okay, and like right around here, right around this part of the root system, I want you to make a little, like a little mound. Okay, a little circular mound right around here. That's going to hold the water against the tree.
Another thing, when we mulch a tree, we don't want the mulch to touch the stem. This goes when we mulch perennials, when we mulch trees. It's just like if we were to, like our fingers. We can't have something on our fingers all the time. We need to make sure that it breathes. And it will start becoming decayed, it will start getting diseased if we keep the mulch too close.
This year we have pretty good participation. It's a beautiful day. A lot of kids, a lot of parents here asking questions. And you know, I'm a big believer in maintaining the environment and taking care of the environment. And to see them come out with Brent Feldweg, our town arborist, and Lori Brangelman, our town landscaper, planting trees, talking about proper way to make trees grow, roots, how important all this stuff is. I think it's a wonderful thing. And to have the public and the children involved, I think we're just setting the stage for a lot of good things to happen because people appreciate it. We have rain gardens here. We planted a couple trees. They're getting lessons on maintaining different aspects of landscaping and stuff. So, and the weather's beautiful. So I think this is so important to the town and for the people to understand a little bit about nature.
Throughout my whole life, I've been a Boy Scout, and I was always in the outdoors, kind of always outside, never really trying to be inside during the day. and I used to enjoy campouts, camping trips, and I was always fascinated by the outdoors. Like everything is becoming more and more about Arbor Day. It's more about going green and trying to preserve the environment. Everyone's just got to realize that it's our planet, and then if we want to keep it clean, then everyone has to take their part. So recycling and anything that we could do to preserve energy, like carpooling and less pollution, is important. Think about it.
Trees are such an integral part of every landscape. New properties that have been cleared of forest and a house built, people cherish their trees because they may only have 1 or 2 trees on their landscape, and those trees are cherished. Properties with established trees oftentimes see a lot more shady environments on their property and a lot less cooling costs and a lot more comfortable environment just because of the presence of those trees. So from an aesthetic point of view, from a comfort point of view, trees are crucial. But trees also serve a tremendous amount of benefits for us as people on this planet because they help cleanse the air. They help, remove pollutants. They help remove carbon from the air, and they introduce oxygen back into the air, which we all need to breathe. People need to pay attention. People need to protect what they have on their property, and they need to use trees. They need to view trees as they view their lawn. Trees are just as important, if not more important, than grass, and people spend a tremendous amount of dollars trying to establish their lawn and maintain their lawn, and very few dollars trying to maintain their trees. So people can pay attention to the news media. News media oftentimes talks about problems that are coming. Emerald ash borer, Asian longhorn beetle, a couple of very popular newsworthy insects that we're dealing with right now. People really need to just, give more credit to the trees around them and for some of the things that they provide us.
When you go around the town, you see Lori, and she does a lot of great work, all the trimming and the trees and the bushes around the town hall and the town properties. And when you walk through and you see these things, you say, wow, how beautiful that is. Well, they don't just happen. They take work, and Lori is very good at doing her job, and she makes the whole town hall and the community properties look very nice. So I think if you look at that and you say, gee, I'd like to see that at my house, or I'd like to see more of that, it's important. Come on out. And they're very good about training, explaining things. I'm a lay person. I have no idea about planting trees. When they tell me to dig here, put that there, but they're very knowledgeable. So I think, looking at things and appreciating them, say, hey, we can do that home. We like to see more of that. I think that's a very important thing.
I think it's important first to pick your spot. You have to know where you want to plant the tree. After you've picked your spot, you have to make sure that it's safe to put the tree there. You have to call the dig company. That's 811. They're an organization that will help you decide whether you've made a good decision. They decide, they know where all the utilities are. You may not know where all your utilities are, but they can help you. After they've given you the okay, then you have to dig. So you can use some shovels. If it's a very large tree, you might have to have some professionals come in and actually dig the hole through you. But in if you have a smaller tree, a shovel would be the way to go. Or a pick, depending on how hard the soil is. Some soils are easier to work, some are not as easy. After you've got your hole, it's important that the hole be as deep as the root ball. This tree behind us was about 20 inches, so 20 inches deep. So that's how deep you want the hole to be. Then you want your hole to be at least 40 inches round. So you want to have it twice the size. This particular tree was balled and burlapped. So there was burlap around it, and it had a wire cage. So we moved the tree into the hole. Sometimes they're bare root. That is a little bit different, but we'll talk about the ball and burlap today. So we moved the tree into the hole, and we got it situated, and then we had a very sharp instrument to cut the cage off. Cut the cage off, we took out the nails that held the burlap, and we pulled that all off, and we laid it down in the hole. So after you've got that done, you have to have a step back and have somebody make sure that it's straight. A lot of people, this tree behind us is a standard tree. It's important to people to have something that's straight. So you have to stand back, have someone hold it, have someone else look that it's straight. So we straightened it out, and then you have to shove some soil in there to prop it up. And then you use your shovels and rake, and you put the soil back into the hole. After you've got that all, you want to, we also, I can take a step back, we looked for the root flare. It's very important. A lot of times when you buy stuff from a nursery, they put the soil on top of the root flare. So just make sure that you see the root flare. The root flare is a little bit wider than the rest of the tree, so you'll be able to see it. And you want that even with the ground. So then after we've puddled it in, so as we were putting the soil in, we had a water, we had a hose, and we filled it in. So then you don't have any, you don't want air, you don't want too many air pockets in the soil while you're doing that. If you have air, then you don't get the nutrients. The nutrients will not reach. The nutrients are in the soil, so you want the soil touching the roots, not air. So we berm around the tree. So we put soil a little bit higher than the ground around the root ball, and then from there, then we put mulch around there, 3 inches. I would say is the maximum that you would put around the tree. And then you continue to water it too. You want to keep it watered really well, all around, not just the root ball, but around where you believe the roots are going to go. And the roots are going to go far. The roots will grow as far as the branches grow. So then you have to envision that when you water, you want to make sure that you water wherever the branches are covering, that has to be watered too. So today we used something different. I introduced a bubble or a donut, a water donut, and it's something that you can find at your local hardware store, and it can help you with the watering. And you just fill it up with the water, and it releases over time. And when it's empty, then you can fill it up again. But you do have to remember, if we're having a dry period, you still have to remember that those branches are going out much further than your donut, so you have to keep the whole area moist, not just the root ball. Regardless of what type of irrigation that you use, you still have to make sure that your tree is getting enough water, and it has to be done on a regular basis. So I would recommend 1 inch of water a week. So if you're getting rain, if you're getting a rain event, you should set up a little rain gauge so you know how much you're getting, and put it really close to the tree that you just put in.